Yeah, I think the internet's changed man in a different angle, and you know, completely different angle to what we were.
Yeah.
If you sort of mean.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're living in a very sort of the entertainment world today.
Oh, definitely.
You know, but
Even if you analyse things like TikTok, let's say for example, where so many people are using this app today, where it's just short videos, very short videos of just all sorts of stuff, whether it be comedy or funny videos or whatever, like, if you see what I mean. It's just endless entertainment, if you see what I mean, where, you know, it's just, you know, it's just kind of absurd in a way. You know, people can be on these apps for like hours on end and not even realise that 2 or 3 hours have gone by, if you see what I mean, you know. So, yeah.
I mean, that's it, innit? When you're having fun, time flies.
And you're captivated, yeah.
Time goes really fast.
Mm.
But when, you know, when you're not having a very good time, it will go slow. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like when you're in a factory somewhere or at work where you don't want to be, you know, and it sort of seems like you only got an hour left, but it seems like a day, you know, that last hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're having fun, it whizzes by.
Yeah.
It's like when if I, you know, decide to wake up and write a new tune, you know, and I put a video to it, right, and I'm sort of there, right, and I think, whoa, the day's gone, you know, I might have nothing to eat yet, do you know what I mean? I think, whoa, you know, because I'm having so much time, you know, time...
Got distracted.
Time goes quick, because you're enjoying yourself, you see, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Say, like, there's two different there's lots of different types of entertainment out there, isn't there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People like being entertained in different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, some people like being entertained in horrible ways, if you ask me, do you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm a positive person, do you know what I mean? I just like to keep entertaining in nice ways.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's all about being conscious, I think, of what you are subscribing to, you know? You have to understand that a lot of stuff goes into our subconscious mind that could be later on then projected onto your conscious mind, and you might be thinking to yourself, where did that idea come from? Where did this random thought come from? That I would never normally think like this. I would never ever have a thought like that, if you see what I mean, at all. And now all of a sudden I'm thinking about something that I would never usually think about. Where has this thought come from? It's because you've been consuming something, you've been watching something, listening to something repeatedly that has, you know, caused you to think a certain way, you know. Sometimes people subscribe to so much stuff that their thoughts aren't even their own thoughts, if you see what I mean. Their lives are dictated by the lives of other people's that they've seen online, or on films, or series, or TikTok, or Instagram, or Facebook, you know. It's amazing, you know. So, yeah, gotta try not to fall for the trap, you know. Even though we're living in an age where technology is getting even more and more evolved to the point where I think people are going to be kind of be online 24/7. You know, at one point in the future, it seems like that's the way we're heading. You know, people are just going to be online permanently.
Oh, I am. I am.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, you're not on the you're not on the computer.
No, but
yeah.
You know, near enough, to be honest with you. You know, do you know what I mean? I kind of live with it.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the internet 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, just like I've got my water. Do you know what I mean? It's like running water, and I've got electric, and I've got my internet 24/7. Do you know what I mean? And I wake up, and I go, you know, have a bath, whatever, and then I might go and check my, you know, things, you know, do you know what I mean? I kind of basically live on the internet in a funny way, or I might do some music, you know, and I need my computer for that, do you know what I mean? You know, and then I might go to the shops, you know, and then I'll come back, go on my computer again, do you know what I mean? It is part of my life. My computer you know, it's sort of like, I think a lot of people feel like this today, you know, especially because we've got like mobile phones, and they become on the internet as well, computerized, and it's like we're on the internet just by, you know, touch of a finger in a kind of way, do you know what I mean, today. Lot of us, not all of us, you know what I mean, some people not on the internet at all.
But yeah, you know, entertainment is a wonderful thing too at the end of the day. Sometimes it is nice to have a distraction from, you know, I don't want this episode to be, people to come away from this episode thinking, you know, that this whole episode has been, you know, we've been looking at entertainment in a negative light. You know, there is positive aspects to entertainment as well, you know. You know, sometimes it is nice to have a little distraction from life. Sometimes you might be so caught up and so busy in life all the time. Sometimes it might be nice to sit down and watch something for 2 hours while you're having your dinner, or an hour and a half while you're sat there having your dinner after work, because, you know, you might not want to, you know, you just want to not think about anything. You might just want to be able to just watch something and relax your mind and eat your food and chill out until you have to go to bed and get up again in the morning, if you see what I mean, you know. We all use, sometimes people use things as a form of a coping mechanism in ways, if you see what I mean. A lot of us use different things as coping mechanisms in life to help us kind of manage and cope, if you see what I mean, in life, you know. You know, different forms of entertainment, you know. They help people to unwind at the end of the day sometimes, or to de-stress, or to, you know, whatever, you know. So, yeah.
It does help.
I think entertainment does serve a purpose too at the end of the day, you know. It is nice to be able to know that if you want to watch something that is there, if you see what I mean. Having the option is nice, if you see what I mean, you know.
I mean, the imagination itself, that's a very entertaining world. You know, if you ask me, you know, I find it more entertaining than anything else up there, if you ask me, you know. And I mean, if you're watching TV, for instance, if you're watching a film, or even if you're driving a car, you can't use your imagination to the full. You know what I mean? You know, I think to use your imagination to the full potential, you need to be in a silent room, you know, away from noise, and you need to be really away from light itself, you know, in the dark, you know, so you need to be mute, you know, and you can use your imagination then to its full power, you know, because it will not be distracted, you know. Like if I'm dreaming of something, right, and an aeroplane goes past, right, I'm being distracted. Okay, and I can't remember what I was dreaming of. You know, you lose thought. You know, so like I say, the imagination is, I think, it is one of the most entertaining places to be, if you ask me. You know, it's more, you know, and people forget about it in a kind of way. You know, it's a shame. You know, they're so stuck in what's out there that they forget about what's inside them. If you see what I mean, You know, as I say, so I sometimes, you know, enjoy having no sound, nothing, where I can actually dream.
Of course,
You know, and having the ability to dream is a miracle.
Well, I think you need that as well. It's just that balance, isn't it? Like, sometimes you just need peace and quiet. You just need silence. Your mind just needs a break, if you see what I mean, you know? It's all about balance, isn't it? You know, you don't want to be sitting down listening to music every single second of every minute that you're awake every day, if you see what I mean. You know, you might want to listen to it for a few hours here and there throughout the day, you know, whatever. But it won't be every single second that you're awake during that day, if you see what I mean. You will want a break at some point throughout the day, where you might even turn it off just for half an hour. But you might want a little, you know, just to give your mind a break, if you see what I mean.
Well, I think it's really, really important, you know. And I think this is one thing people really do forget to do. In a kind of way, they either haven't got an imagination, or forget they got one, or haven't got time to use it, or they're so distracted in what they enjoy watching or whatever, they don't, you know, they just don't get time to dream or think about dreaming, do you know what I mean? You know, but I find it really personally that, you know, I wish I did it before, you know, in a kind of way, knew my ability of dreaming, you know, and the imagination, you know, itself, you know. Like I've said, you know, you can imagine that you're on a tropical beach right now, you know, and you can see the sea there. It's nice, you know, and some palm trees around there. It's up to you, do you know what I mean? You know, and you can picture it, yeah, but you can actually, like, if you're in the right place, you can actually be there for half an hour, you know, and actually, you know, like, go on holiday in a kind of way, you know. You know, I think it's really important, really, to just have an hour each day, or more if possible, where you're away from everyone in a silent room, where you can relax and reflect,
Yes.
I suppose.
Yes, that's it.
On
the day and
on everything.
Yeah.
You know, and have time to dream if you can, whatever, you know. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think that's. I mean, in reality, what else can you do apart from dream in a funny way, you know? You know.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to dream about good things.
Yeah.
In a kind of way, and positive things, you know.
Right.
That are going to be benefit.
Yeah.
Benefit.
Beneficial.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You've got to feed your mind the right kind of things, you know.
Yeah. I mean, again, you know, I've said it a few times, whatever. I used to be married and whatever.
Yeah.
But now I've got a silent life.
Yes.
You know, and I can see really that I really wish when I was in my relationships or whatever back in the past that I did give more time to myself.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, I realise how important it really is, you know, to, I mean, it's how you find yourself really, you know, just sort of like enjoying who you are and enjoying your imagination, enjoying the potential and the power of it, I suppose, you know, of what you can do with it, you know. I mean, I'm hoping to sort of dream a lot more in my future, you know, and come up with some more ideas, you know,
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
But you can't really dream, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't really dream of a, I mean, I suppose you can a little bit, right, when you're driving a car, right, yeah, all day long, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, you know, you got to focus
But
on.
I think
you got to focus on your driving. Do you know what I mean?
what I was going to say in correlation to what you were talking about with the imagination is everything comes from the imagination.
Everything, yeah, every film.
So every form of entertainment, as well as everything else that was created, comes from the imagination. So, you know, the two kind of go hand in hand, if you see what I mean, imagination and entertainment, like we're talking about tonight, you know. It all comes from someone's thought process, or multiple people working on one project, coming up with different ideas, different concepts, different, you know, whatever. So yeah, you know, it's all based on the imagination. Entertainment is all stems from the imagination, you know. Different people coming up with different ideas and putting it into practice, you know. You know, people writing different films, people writing different scripts and stuff for series, and you know, because don't forget, not all of these things always get selected as well. You get people who come together and put money up and whatever and make series and stuff like this, and then they have to then kind of, they try to get them on the networks, if you see what I mean, try to sell their show kind of thing to the networks, if you see what I mean, to get, you know, money kind of for the show and for the whatever, you know. So sometimes these people take a loss too in that entertainment industry, because sometimes they will, you know, put money up to create in a series or something, you know, pay the actors, pay the directors, pay everyone else, create what they think is quite a good series, quite funny, whatever. And then they might try to shop it around, and then they might not get any buyers for it. If you see what I mean, everyone's saying, sorry, we're not interested right now, or sorry, it's not our kind of thing. You know, we kind of deal with this kind of, you know, form of entertainment, or you know. So.
And some films are good, and some films are flops, aren't they? And
Yeah.
some films make a lot of money, some films don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a business at the end of the day, isn't it?
That's
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
entertainment is a business world.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, it's like any artist, big artist that makes records. You know, they sell their records. You know, and it's a business, isn't it?
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
And if you're a good artist, you're, you know, probably gonna do quite well. You know.
Yeah. Definitely.
Whether you can entertain people or not, isn't it? You know.
That's what it comes down to as well. Because obviously, if you're a musician today, like even me, like I've just started putting out my music, if you see what I mean, and right now my first single's doing relatively well. And if my next few singles continue to do well, and at some point people want to pay me to come and do shows and stuff like this and all that kind of thing, because that obviously, that, like you said, talking about the entertainment factor side of things, is if you're going to be an artist and you're going to have to perform your music. If there's a demand for people to pay that, you know, demand for people out there that are willing to pay to watch you perform your songs that they like of yours, and to buy your merchandise, your clothing, and all these kind of other things that you sell at your shows and all this kind of stuff, how they make money and stuff like this, then obviously, you know, that's what you have to do. If you see what I mean, that's the form. That's the other, you know, the side of the entertainment side of it. If you see what I mean, you know, when you're making songs, you can stay hidden away in the studio and put out your music online and get a huge buzz online through YouTube or social media. But if you see what I mean, you could be hidden away. No one knows who you are until you kind of do that, like that, those live kind of like performances in front of people, crowds, and you know. So yeah.
It must be a good feeling.
But I can imagine if my single continues to do well like it's doing now, mate, and it gets to a point where a certain amount of people have heard it and it's really generating a buzz, mate, and I can start performing that, even just coming out certain people's shows and just coming out and just performing my track to build up a bit of notoriety and a bit of like confidence, stage presence and confidence and that kind of thing. That'd be great. Even if it was just to come out and perform that one song, you know what I mean, like quickly, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to go on stage actually and, you know, sing a song that I've written.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it must be a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is a nerve-wracking experience as well, though.
Can be. I mean, I think it depends again on your
preparation.
Well, it depends on who you are and how you've been brought up and whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your character.
On your experience.
Yeah.
You know, some people are not scared at all.
At all. Some people are, yeah.
And they're not worried at all, do you know what I mean? And they're just confident.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. They got it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And some people haven't.
Yeah.
I suppose, isn't it? You know. I mean, I think I'd be nervous actually if I went on stage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a bit nervous now. You know, kind of on stage now, aren't I?
In the spotlights.
Yeah, well, I didn't, you know, to be honest, I didn't expect to be a presenter.
Yeah, likewise.
A year ago, whatever, and to a
it,
show.
Well, it was just a spontaneous idea, wasn't it?
Well, it was your idea, you know. I thought, yeah, why not? You know, and I'm quite enjoying it actually, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm learning from doing it.
Of course. Yeah.
And it's entertaining again.
It's entertainment, you know?
You know, I find it entertaining. We're doing.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Of course, yeah. And of course we hope you guys find it entertaining, of course, too, as well, because that's obviously the main goal of our podcast, to not only be entertaining, but obviously educational, informative, enlightening, you know, etc., you know, amongst other things, you know, hence why it's the philosophy podcast, you know. But yeah. You know. Like you said, our podcast is entertainment in itself.
Yeah.
You know.
I find it entertaining. You know, making one.
Yeah, exactly, and it's exactly the process of it is entertaining.
And I suppose it's, you know, I find I'm learning a little bit from it as well. You know.
Yeah.
I suppose, you know.
Yeah.
I think you can learn actually by talking. you know, yeah, that's how you learn, isn't it?
That's it, communication.
You know, communication is exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it.
You know, and hopefully, you know, you know, you might learn something from it too. You know.
Yeah, it's true.
And hooray, you know, it's good all round, isn't it? In a kind of way.
Everyone's a winner. Yeah. That's kind of, you know, where we came up with the idea of the show. You know, that was always the main focus and the main goal. You know, in mind of, you know, obviously we want the show to be entertaining and to be, you know, enjoyable for the viewer and for you guys to watch and enjoy, and hopefully, you know, continue to enjoy as time goes by. You know, as you know, with each episode or whatever. But you know, the goal is to have a message, you know, have a message of, you know, a positive message, you know, and to kind of, you know, share our life experiences and share our knowledge and information that we've both gained up until this point in our lives, and you know, just you know, yeah.
Yeah, and like anything that we might say, you can make a comment over it, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And as we've been speaking on the episodes, we've done 26 episodes now, you know.
Yeah, this is episode number 26.
And we've spoken about many different subjects, you know. And we're going to be hopefully talking about many more different subjects.
Many more to come. Many more topics and conversations to be had in the future.
Which I think, you know, I don't think many people really talk about these interesting subjects, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've said, they don't really teach philosophy at school.
Yeah.
Which I find quite unusual, you know. Which I think, you know, sort of philosophy really, when you think about it, is the most important thing to learn in life. You know, understanding it. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. You know. I mean, even I'm 56, right, and I'm still trying to understand life, you know. But I feel like I understand it a lot more than I did. Yeah. If you sort of mean. Yeah. You know. And as I say, there's lots and lots of entertainment out there, you know. But what I would sort of say, you know, for advice, just be careful with it, you know, because sometimes you could be watching something and where you could be doing something else better. Yeah. That's all I say. In a kind of way, you know, and you could be putting your skills. Some people, you know, like will do something every day, and they're not gaining any new skills for themselves.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, it's not beneficial in any way, not productive in any way.
No. Like I said earlier on about learning French, is it benefit? You know, is it going to benefit you? Yeah. Well, I mean, like when I was younger, they were trying to teach me German and French, right? Yeah. And I didn't even want to do the subject. Yeah. You know what's that all about? You know, so they're wasting my time. Yeah. You know, it's no use to me. You know, the French that I did learn, whatever, and the German that I did learn, I don't speak to anyone. Yeah. You know, just no use. Yeah. I could have been drawing, do you know what I mean, when I was little? Rather than learning all those, you know, I mean, it would have been useful if I went to France or Germany, you know, never lived there. Yeah, yeah. You know, to be honest with you, I did go to live in Germany. I lived there for 3 months. Yeah. And then I went to live in Spain as well, whatever, you know. I have been in different places. Yeah. You know, and I did talk to different people with different languages, okay? Yeah. But I knew how to get by. Yeah. By sign language. Yeah. Yeah. You can, do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course, yeah. You know, you can get by. Yeah. You know, I was living at hotels, you know, and I sometimes went over there and went like this, you know, where's this knife and fork? Yeah. You know, you know, whatever. Yeah. You know, you can get by, you know, without. Yeah. You know, sometimes I think that, you know, like as I say, school, they're teaching you things that really can be getting in your way, in a kind of way, your potential. Yeah. Your true potential, if you see what I mean. Sometimes, yeah. Well, a lot of times, if you ask me. You know, like nailing French and German on me, which it was no use to me at all. Yeah, you weren't interested at all. When I could have been spending hours and hours doing something else. That you really enjoyed. Potential. That you're passionate about. Yeah, that would have been more, you know,
Yeah.
Well, I'd have been more intelligent today actually if I didn't spend like 6 months learning French and Germany, you know, at school. If you're with me, you know, I would have been learning English.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
speaking better English now.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, that's why I sometimes mess up with my words because I, you know, I didn't, you know, I wasn't taught at school English properly. I taught French and German.
Yeah.
And lots of other stupid things.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I didn't even want to learn metalwork.
Yeah.
You know, I had to do that.
Yeah. 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 I wasn't a fan of metalwork either, to be very honest.
Yeah.
It's one of the classes.
Got to do what I'm told.
I hate to say it, but it was one of those classes that I did skip towards the end of towards my last few years of school. You know, I did go a few times, but I would skip it here and there as well. You know, go and try and make some money. You know. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up and call it a night for this week's episode. Is there any final words or any closing statements or anything you want to leave with the people, mate, before we, you know, before we get out of here and call it a night?
Yeah, there is actually.
Yeah.
I hope you liked the parrot.
Yeah, the parrot had a cameo.
I hope you found him entertaining.
That's it.
Entertaining.
And I hope he's not expecting any royalties from this week's episode because he ain't getting any.
He is. He's my parrot. My new parrot.
Yeah.
I just bought him.
What's his name? You got a name for him?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Magic. The magic parrot.
The magic parrot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the entertaining parrot. The entertaining parrot.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, mate?
No, that's it really. I just, you know, I think we touched on some, you know, some things about entertaining.
Yeah, that would break that well. Yeah.
Hope you found it all entertaining, that's all, you know, and
that's
learned something from it all.
That's it, and then, you know, of course, informative, you know.
You know, hope to bring more shows in the future, you know.
That's it, we'll be back again next week, of course, with a brand new episode, of course, you know, each and every week, you know, brand new episode of the Philosophy Podcast. Like you said earlier, this week's episode is episode 26.
Yeah, they're all 2 hours each.
That's it. You know, 4 parts every single week. You know, half an hour long roughly every single week. You know, the parrot's just died.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a good night. God bless. Hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode. Of course, like I said, yeah, just be careful what you tune into in terms of your entertainment and what you kind of, you know, consume in all forms. And, you know?
Yeah, entertainment can be poisonous, actually.
Can be. So. Can be. Yeah. Choose your poison wisely.
Yeah, you can have nightmares.
That's it. That's it.
But you can have beautiful dreams.